Jeffree Star just had a complete meltdown on a live stream about a lawsuit that allegedly was going to happen back when he released this alien palette, and I wanted to come on here and talk about it. So let's get into it.
Another brand by the name of Thierry Mugler owns the copyright for Alien. What is their perfume called?
So first of all, it's Mugler, and Jeffree knows that. He's just intentionally trying to be shady like he always does because he needs a side of drama to go with his palette launch. Because of course, in case you didn't know, he is dropping the Night Owl palette.
How does it look on camera, Xtina?
Just majestic is the word.
And you see how you can see the texture? You're gonna be able to feel that texture, you guys.
Now before we dive in and dissect what Jeffree Star actually had to say about Thierry Mugler and this alien launch, I wanted to back up a little bit because I've done this so long. I actually have some videos from that time period that reference all the drama that this alien palette actually caused. There was allegedly some art theft going on, and Ashley Kyle comes to mind because Jeffree Star dragged the absolute shit out of her. And it's crazy to be sitting here 7 years later and having it brought up. And that's exactly how I know Jeffree Star needs some palette sales. So let's take a stroll down memory lane real quick with all the drama that this alien palette caused for Jeffree Star when he released it.
Jeffree Star loves a man.
I can literally already see the comments now. Are you and Rich Lux friends? And the simple answer to that is hell no.
I knew that it came in a hot pink box with the logo. He is a
Packaging or
This is just amazing. I love it.
I really do miss making videos like this. It was a lot of fun making this intro. I remember sitting down to do this. But the talking bit, you guys, I feel like I have grown so much from 7 years ago. Maybe you guys don't see it, but I certainly do. I do want to put a picture here of the original artwork, our alleged original artwork for you guys, and the picture that was in the intro of Jeffree Star's merch that he was going to be putting out. I do want to point out that they are very, very similar. However, they are different just as much as they are similar. In my opinion, you could tell that maybe there was some inspiration took from this piece, but overall, I believe that they are different. I do want to say that I think that it is important that if an artist does work, that they are recognized and paid for it, because you guys know people like to rip people off left and right, especially in the days of the internet where you can just point, click, and drag pictures and do whatever with them. But this Hey Monster art guy was very quick to put his 2 cents in, and a lot of people took notice of it, and that is why we are here today. You guys know that we've discussed things like this before, especially with like palettes, most recently this ColourPop thing. It's like industry-wide, like in every different point or part of the internet, there are people copying things. And I just want to say before I get into this, I don't think that Jeffree Star deliberately copied this. I don't think that Jeffree Star copied this at all. Honestly, because Jeffree Star is not an artist, I don't think that he has the time to sit down with a sketch pad every day to come up with new merch.
Let's do it.
He hires people to do this type of stuff. So he does have the final okay, but would he have ever really known about this artwork? I don't think so. And it's not fair for us to assume that Jeffree Star would just blatantly rip someone off, because in the past he has accused people of doing this to him, and he has caught out other people for doing the same thing. But apparently this got Jeffree Star's attention, because earlier today on Twitter, Jeffree Star tweeted it, "Hey, Monster Art, literally had no idea I would never back this thievery. The image has been deleted. The person who made this will be fired today, and I'd love to reach out to you directly to discuss art, just to personally say sorry because I'm horrified at this situation." I think that that is amazing that Jeffree Star would literally halt making this merch because this guy feels like his rights were infringed upon. Regardless if they were or not, I do believe that although there was inspiration took from this piece of art, I don't think that it was a blatant copy. But with Jeffree Star basically saying that he's gonna fire this person that did this digital work and no longer possibly sell this, that speaks a lot to Jeffree's character. Hey Monster Art tweeted back to him and said, "Thank you for your swift response. I really appreciate it. I know you didn't personally have a hand in this, and the fact that you acknowledged and took responsibility so quickly speaks volumes." And like I just said, it honestly does. If this guy's had his work like replicated and put like all over the internet, as you've seen in this intro, even it making its way all the way to like Hot Topic on a mug, that really speaks to Jeffree's character as far as him like wanting to pull this and stop this and reach out to him and apologize. Jeffree Star responded back to him and said, "I woke up completely shocked and sad because the same thing has happened to me over and over throughout the years, and I would never want to make another person feel that way. What is the best way to contact you outside of Twitter?" Hey, it's Monster Art said, "I'll send a DM. Thanks again." So that was completely resolved, and I think that Jeffree handled that in a very classy way. He did honestly do everything that he could to try to make this person feel like he wasn't trying to steal his artwork and that he wasn't trying to take anything away from him. So thumbs up to you for that, Jeffree. I really think that you did an outstanding job with that. However, there's a however here. My sister, Ashley Kyle, you guys know that me and her and Rich Lux are like thick as thieves. Well, that certainly aged like milk, didn't it?
She's like my very, very best friend here on the internet. The girl has been with me for such a long time. I've confided stuff in her that I have never told anyone. And she made a video about the same thing last night, and she was very not biased in it at all. She did cover much of what I just said, and she said that she didn't think that it was a blatant copy, but maybe there was possibly some kind of inspiration took from the piece of artwork, which is fine. A lot of people go off inspiration. All these Instagram people do makeup looks based off one another. It's like a total thing. But in her video, she was very fair. She even described everything in detail. She went through this guy's sketchbook on his website. She went to every extent to show that this would have possibly been this guy's work. And she said that she tried to reach out to Jeffree Star in DMs on Instagram. Now, she didn't tell me that. I just knew that after what we're gonna get into. But girl, you knew Jeffree Star was not gonna be able to see your DM on Instagram, girl. We're gonna have to have a talk. But Jeffree Star popped off at Ashley and had this to say. "Ashley Kyle, weird how you never ask me or my team questions to find out the truth or ask for a quote. It's embarrassing to say the least. I've already addressed this issue this morning with the artist, but your video will continue to try and make me look like a thief. Gross." Nowhere in Ashley's video did she say that Jeffree Star stole this. We were all in agreement. We all pretty much could tell that Jeffree Star doesn't have to steal any kind of artwork because he has people that work for him that could definitely make his artwork. And especially after that whole thing with Kat Von D, do we really think that Jeffree's gonna plagiarize on someone else's work? I don't think so. Ashley tweeted back to Jeffree and said, "I actually messaged you last night on Instagram. I'm sorry you feel that way. My video presented both sides of the story." And it did. Jeffree responded to her and said, "On Instagram, sweetie, I don't follow you and would never DM on there. It's common sense with over 9 million followers. Try a business email that can be Google search. Try getting real clarity instead of 10 minutes of bullshit."
Bitch, hold up. Who the fuck is you talking to? That's my friend, girl. What?
Jeffree also then tweeted back to Ashley and said, "Just so you have actual facts, a third-party artist was hired by someone on my art team. He has been fired today. I was unaware of the original artist and am completely horrified. Hope you can pay your rent off that AdSense of lies." Well, is it not crazy how things change, but they also stay the same? Because Jeffree still acts this way, even over on TikTok at his big age. I believe that he's turning 40 this month because we share the same birthday. It's coming up in a few weeks. He's gonna be 40 and he still acts this way. That was fucked up, sir. Like, Jeffree, you know, like, you pay our bills as drama channels because you're like always
enthralled and embroiled in some drama, but you didn't have to go there. Like, sis, that was a low blow. Ashley responded to him and said, I'm aware I saw the tweets and Spencer emailed me back, and I didn't lie in my video, but thank you, I will. One of Ashley's amazing subscribers and followers, she's also mine too, Nicola Walker, tweeted back to Ashley and said, Ashley didn't come for you at all. She presented what was out there in a very nice way. She's not the only one that made a video, but I bet she's the only one that reached out to you. Jeffree responded to her and said, I never said anyone came for me, but if you're gonna report news, then work harder and actually reach out to our team. A DM on personal Instagram with millions of followers isn't doing real work. It's lazy. To which Ashley responded and said, I've always been leery of contacting business emails, but okay, lesson learned. Of course, by this time, you know, I've already text messaged Ashley and been like,
girl, what is tea? What is going on? What is the tea I need to know? What is going on?
And she explained that Jeffree Star did reach out to her and he was very friendly and he apologized to her in DM saying that he was sorry that he reacted this way, which is great. I'm glad that they came to an amicable resolution to this. I understand that people have bad days and I understand that people get triggered very easily when they're accused of things that they did not do or may not have been aware of. It happens. So Ashley then tweeted out, I just want to let everyone know that Jeffree Star and I have spoken privately and everything is good. I explained my side and he explained his. Apologies were given, no hard feelings, and I learned a huge lesson today for my channel. There is always room to grow. And I agree. It is very difficult to reach out to people, especially in DMs and email and all of that. I did see that Beauty True Sleuth did tweet that she had actually tried to reach out to Jeffree Star multiple times and she's never received a response. So there's that. So I mean, these arguments that these beauty gurus give us saying that you didn't reach out or whatever, sometimes we just don't get a response. I mean, like, Jeffree then responded to Ashley's tweet and said, 100% respect you, and I'd also like to publicly say sorry for my choice of words and how I reacted. You didn't deserve that. I was in my feelings and shook this morning. So not only did Jeffree Star apologize in DMs, he did publicly apologize to her on Twitter. I'm just gonna say, if your disrespect is here, then your apology needs to be here. And I do feel like Jeffree met that need in this sense, so I feel great that he has actually reached out to this person about this artwork and he wants to like reconcile and make this a better situation for him. I don't know if they're still gonna produce this merch. Maybe he could pay him like royalties or something like that because everybody really loved this merch. And honestly, it would be a win-win for Jeffree because not only would he be doing the right thing or what he felt was the right thing, he could compensate the artist and he could still give all of his fans the merchandise that they want.
And for all the people that are still around from that time period, this is in fact the same time that Jeffree Star and Ashley connected, and that's when she started talking to him and thinking that he was her friend. I don't mean to digress and get into that because I feel like I've covered whatever happened between me and Ashley very well in videos in the past, but this is when they started talking. This is when Jeffree Star infiltrated the drama community. There's a million videos out there about that. If you guys want me to do a recap of that, let me know down below.
Friendship with Jeffree Star, as well as me being on his payroll and my role in the downfall of James Charles's career last summer during Dramageddon 2.
But now I guess we can get into this live stream that he had the other day where he was going through all the volumes of the palettes that he has put out over the years. I think there's about 30, which is actually insane. And Jeffree Star got to the Alien palette and he had some things to say about Thierry Mugler and how he threatened to sue him.
And by the way, you guys, 2018, I launched Alien. Okay, I did fuck up my own timeline, but I told you I wasn't going in full order. So if you missed this, 2018 Alien happened. Okay, I will tell you this: another brand by the name of Thierry Mugler owns the copyright for Alien. What is their perfume called?
And see, this right here is why Jeffree Star loses all credibility, because he would like you to believe that he's at the forefront of fashion, even though we know that he's not. But if you're from that time period back in the day, in the late 80s, early 90s, into the 2000s, you would know how much of a big deal Thierry Mugler was. So this is just him trying to be shady, and in my opinion, I wonder if he would even say this if Thierry Mugler was still alive. The answer is probably not, because if you were to go look at this Alien perfume and this cologne, I put it in the thumbnail, I'll put some pictures here on the screen for you to see, and then look at the artwork from this Alien palette that Jeffree did, like he may have taken some inspiration from them. I don't know if he did, but in my opinion, it definitely looks like that may be the case, and that's why he probably got threatened with this lawsuit.
Alright, I also want to mention that this is the unit carton that the Alien palette comes in. It is very spacey, of course, and all the info is on the back. Of course, just like my entire brand, everything is vegan and cruelty free.
But let's see what else he had to say. You guys, let me know your thoughts so far down below.
Well, they're very massive. So anyway, I launched the Alien palette unbeknownst to me Thierry Mugler had alien perfume and angel alien and all that bullshit. So anyway, Thierry Mugler, before he passed away, tried to sue me. I did not allow that to happen. Me and Thierry Mugler's team came up into an agreement, and I've never fully explained the story before. So I agreed to stop using the word alien for my palette if they would not sue me.
Now, I'm not saying what they did is right. I don't think that you should just go around suing people because you can. But if you've been around long enough to remember, there was a time when Jeffree Star liked to go around and copyright other people's shit. If you remember, he allegedly tried to copyright Life's a Drag, Out From Underneath Manny, and there was a few other instances that this happened in the past that I can't recall right off the top of my head, but I know that it happened. So I'm not saying that he deserved it. I'm just saying that he knows what it's like when somebody does this. And now he knows what it's like to be on the receiving end of something like that.
Hi, I'm smart. So instead of going to court and doing a big lawsuit, I called them up and I said, yo, it's an honest mistake, bitch. Chill out. I won't use the word alien ever again. And they said, okay. We sold off the remaining 75,000 alien palettes in a flash. And we've never used the word alien again. Here's what's funny about it though. I'm relaunching this collection.
And that's exactly why you and I are hearing this story now, because he brought this up so people would anticipate this during this new launch for the Night Owl palette. This is also predictable. This is the same thing that Jeffree Star has done for the past 10, 15, maybe even 20 years at this point. He's been around long enough. He knows the game, but I see the pattern. And I'm sure that other people out there have to as well, right?
Well, not the collection. Let me rephrase that because I'm being screen recorded. Next year in 2026, I am relaunching this palette with a new name and a different color alien head. So if you own this pink one, keep it forever. It's pretty badass. Okay? It's pretty special. Very cool, different color story. So for all my babies that missed this the first round, the shadows, identical color story, but the packaging and the name will be new. Someone just asked, why am I changing the name?
Well, this is why we can't have nice things.
Anyway, early next spring, the palette will be returning. Different color alien head and a different name. Same exact color story. But the good news is we have new products coming with it.
I don't know why, but this has definitely given me flashbacks to when Jaclyn Hill said your support is going to mean everything. This is just him basically saying, we have new ways for me to take your money.
Yay, yes. Yay.
We're launching lip and there's a lip product that we've had before. We're gonna put out some new colors, and there's a new formula for face and body coming with this collection. Let me just say that. We'll just say that. So yes, this will be returning in a different form. Okay, thank you.
And that is all the drama that the Alien palette has caused thus far. Did you guys remember the whole debacle with Ashley Kyle and the alleged artwork theft? Because that's the first thing I thought of when he started mentioning this and it popped up on my For You page on TikTok. But of course, I want to know what you guys think about this situation. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing. And if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like it. And since it's Tuesday, if you have any hypes, if you enjoyed the video that much, please don't forget to hype it. And leave me the lipstick emoji down below since we're talking about Jeffree Star. But with that said, I hope you guys all have an amazing day, night, whatever it is when you're watching this, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.